Hey everybody, it's Tom Antion live on Sunday night from Virginia Beach. And we got a big announcement tonight for everybody. So we'll get to that pretty soon. But great day here in Virginia Beach, and lots of stuff in the news. Boy, it's a busy news day. And hey, look, Nicole, how you doing? What's going on? Thought you died. Send me some eggs pretty soon. So, hey, there's Brett. How you doing, man? Hey, there's Tim. Boy, they're rolling in now. Vanessa, hi. How are you? Bring it on. And, yeah, Nicole, Rubik's is still hanging in there. Getting worse and worse. I mean, he's dragging his butt, but he's otherwise healthy and missing you. So let's see. There's Mary Lee. How are you, Mary Lee? What's going on? Thank you for sharing. People that are sharing this, appreciate it. Hit your share button so we expose the show to more people. Got a big announcement tonight. Some of you may not like me. Maybe you don't like me now. You're just watching. Hey, Oren, how are you? But got a big announcement coming up in a few minutes from now. So let's get to our fake sponsor for tonight. Our fake sponsor, does anybody know what this is? Put it in your thing if you know what this is. And I see Nicole, and I see Mary Lee, and I see Oren. Type it in your chat box there if you know what this is and actually what it's called. Oh, Mary Lee's on a cruise. Okay, we'll catch the replay. I got a big announcement tonight, Mary Lee. I don't know if it'll be in the next few minutes. Come on, let's see. What is this? And what is it actually called? Put it in your box there. I'll let you think about it for a while. But this is our fake sponsor. They're not sponsoring us at all. Just made it up. So I'll tell you while you're thinking about that, we'll tell you what's coming up today. Let's see. In the news, I got a really philosophical question. Hey, Ann, how are you? Is it a good idea to have your girlfriend pick up your mistress? I don't know if that's the greatest idea. We'll get to that later. Hey, David, how are you? Dealing with a damn bug. Yeah, those Volkswagens can be trouble. That's for sure. And let's see. In the scam section, double dipping we'll talk about. Let's see. In the speaking tip, we'll talk about AV requirements. Hey, Dennis, how are you? Happy After Fool's Day to you, too. In the brutal self-defense, we'll talk about lifestyle changes. And with the A-hole of the week, I'll talk about Chuck E. Cheese. How about that? And the hero of the week, I've got two amazing people. Now, I'm still waiting for somebody to tell me what this is and the real name of it. But I'll take just what it is. Come on, think about it. What is this thing? You see them pretty much every day. If you turn TV on, you see many of these. Different ones, but same idea. Okay, so let's get going here. Announcements. All right, we got the weight announcements. Now, this has now been 2 months since I started reporting to you all on my weight. Yes, that's right. Brett Goldstein says it goes around the microphone to identify the media outlet. Beautiful. What is it called, actually? That's the question of the day. Whoever can come up with the name first wins a prize. It won't be a very good prize, but it will be a prize. Mary Kay, a square with a hole in it. Yeah? David Beast is back again. Dennis, what Brett said. Yeah, I mean, that's what it is and what it's for, but what is it actually called? All right, so anyway, back to the weight stuff. We started out at 44 2 months ago. I was 44 pounds down. And then today, drum roll, 64. Yay, Tom. The dogs are saying, yay, Daddy. That turns out to 1.66 pounds per week, which is a perfectly healthy, non-fad type weight loss. Hey, Aaron, how are you? And it's still going great. It's no trouble at all, not hungry, making better choices. Yeah, I mean, sometimes, I'm just stuffed, but I'm not eating bad stuff. So it's really good. It's called a ketogenic diet, for those of you that don't know what I'm talking about. Dennis wins the prize. It's a mic flag is what it's called. That's right. It's a mic flag. That's what they call these things. So the prize that you win is the next time you're in my neighborhood, I'm going to get you a bottle of sparkling Simply Clear in black cherry. Half gone. I'm going to save this for you, Dennis. So let me know when you're going to be around. No problem. I know that you're thrilled. Yeah, 64 down. Awesome. Okay, you ready for the big announcement? Some of you may disown me after this announcement, but I'm finally rolling out, and it's not selfie stupidity, which nobody really gives a shit about. I just rolled out as of yesterday, and I've been working on it for months, but I've been keeping it under on the down low because of potential backlash. It's a controversial thing. Hey, Tim, thank you. Aaron says appetite doesn't equal hunger. I don't know. My appetite is good, but my hunger is not what it used to be, which is good too. So anyway, the big announcement is, and you might want to write this down, or you might want to hang up. Either one. I wrote out www.thedeplorables.tv. Thedeplorables.tv. And so if you might notice that that's kind of a right wing type show. And I'll preface this with the fact that I hate politicians. I hate politics. To win, you got to be a bullshitter at any level along the way, because you can't get enough votes to win if you're all straight and narrow down one path, all right? So I hate politics. I hate the fact that left or right, all they talk about, literally all they talk about is worrying about re-election. Never about what's good for the people, all right? So I just hate politics. But what I hate more is really good, hardworking, patriotic people getting dumped on like there's some type of toothless, gun-toting, uneducated buffoons, all right? Because I'm not, and tons and tons and millions of people aren't either. And so I'm making up a show to highlight, like I said, it's not really so much partisan, that it's more of like people. There's good people in this country that are getting dumped on unfairly by highly educated idiots, basically. So that's what the show's about. So please write that down, www.thedeplorables.tv. We started our crowdfunding yesterday, and it's going great. Anything you throw in is wonderful. $5, $10, anything. We have it up to $50,000 if you want to be an executive producer, and then I'll take the day off. But please go over there. And there's other ways you can help too, and you can be anonymous. So I totally understand. And my whole crew, see, I recruited a bunch of volunteers, but I told them I wanted to keep them anonymous because I don't want them being attacked by the crazies on the left. So at least yet, until we get a security team in place. But anyway, that's the announcement. TheDeplorables.tv. You can go see the website. You can click through to the crowdfunding site. There's 2 different videos there. There's a whole bunch of what they call perks. So if you donate something, you get something in return. Always, it's more participate rather than donate, they call it. So please give us. Dennis's right wing is better than wrong wing. That's for sure. Well, you know, just like my self-defense stuff, just like everything, leaning conservative is safer. It's not as exciting sometimes as being wildly non-conservative, but it's safer in the long run. So a lot of the decisions being made that are conservative are safer for the country and the people and everybody else. But I'll get into a lot of that during the show, philosophy, and you know, just it's all based. We call it the voice of common sense in America. That's my tagline, because everything I do is based on common sense, not crazy ideology. So, all right. So thedeplorables.tv. So please check it out. All right, so let's get into what's going on in the show today. Let's get into the mail. Only one in the mailbag today. Sherry wants to know, what is combat parking? Well, combat parking is when you don't have to back out to leave wherever you're parked. So if you were at the mall, you know how one person in this aisle pulls in this way, the other one, and they're face to face. Well, I drive around until I can find a place where I can pull through this side and park the other direction. So that if I have to leave in a shit hurry, I can pull out forward instead of trying to carefully back up. Now, occasionally, if I can't do that, I will back in to the space. But that's harder, especially in cramped quarters. And it also... you know, it's just a good habit to get into because you can pull out forward. So that's what combat parking is, so you can get out in a hurry. All right, let's get to the news. Some nasty news to start with. I mean, Chicago police arrested a teenage boy who's streaming on Facebook his sexual assault of another girl. And there's 40 people watching and not one person called the police. The mother got a hold of the video and took it to the police station and forced the chief to look at it. I mean, there's there's people out there, folks, that just don't care about human life. And how stupid can you be, or how sick can you be to stream it live? I mean, you got to know you're going to get caught and go to prison, but I don't know, maybe some of these people think prison is a big feather in their cap, or maybe it's safer in prison than it is where they live now. I don't know what their mindset is. I'd like to know. But streaming all this nasty stuff and then getting caught and going to prison, I mean, Jesus. But again, you know, I just implore the people to watch this and are around me to be safe, please. And if you're at it, please click your share button and tell some folks about the show. Now, here's another kind of crazy thing. The guy that was in the service down at Fort Hood, and he's a Fort Hood shooter is what he's called, says he's going on a hunger strike to get down and maintain 99 pounds. Who gives a shit? Why would... I truly don't understand why we would give a shit what he does. If he would just die in there and starve himself to death, it would save us a lot of money. He'd get his just desserts. Hey, thank you, Ann. Appreciate it. Who cares? Why would we care? Is it because we're afraid people would think we're being cruel to him? He's a freaking murderer, all right? So if he wants to do a hunger strike, go ahead. I'll be cheering him on. I'll be helping him watch the scale every day as he gets lower and lower. Fuck him. Who cares if he's on a hunger strike? If anybody can really tell me what the real thinking is of the United States, or even the prisoners, on how that is supposed to, anybody's supposed to care. It usually gets news, I'll admit that, but do I care if he starves himself to death? As far as I'm concerned, if he dies, it saves us taxpayers money. He deserves it anyway, and saves all that food, even if it's maggot infested. You know, I don't care. So who cares? I would really like to know why we're supposed to care about this. All right. Now, do you remember, or you've heard or seen on TV in the last, I don't know, year, or at least a year or so, people in a situation, they go like this, awkward, you know, something like that. Well, this girl was staying overnight at her boyfriend's apartment. They got up in the morning, and he's all packed. Yeah, exactly. Why stop at 99 pounds? Yeah, he says he's going to stop there and maintain 99. Who cares? All right, so anyway, she sleeps with her boyfriend. They get up in the morning. He's all got his bags packed because he's got to fly out to his sick mother. And they kiss goodbye. She gets in her car and goes to work. She's an Uber driver, so she's kind of at work as soon as she gets in the car. So she ends up getting a pickup at the airport. Great. She picks up this woman, and the woman's all excited to go see her boyfriend, and they're girl talking back and forth. And the girl she picked up has her GPS and was telling her where to turn and stuff to get to the place. And the driver said, well, where are you going? And she named the apartment complex. She said, no kidding, my boyfriend lives there. I was just there this morning. Oh, isn't that funny? Yeah, so they go there, and they finally get there. And then they go to the same building he lives in. And she's looking for his apartment. He comes out the door to pull her luggage in. And his car was in the thing. He never went to the airport. He didn't go to his sick mother. His girlfriend picked up his mistress at the airport and delivered her. Awkward. So the driver is so furious, she jumps out of the car and starts beating the shit out of him in the parking lot. And of course, the girl in the back has no idea what's going on. So she jumps out and starts defending him, and there's a big brawl in the parking lot. And finally, thanks, David. And finally, the driver is tired and jumps in the car and leaves with the luggage of the mistress. And then she gets home, and she starts going through it and starts texting pictures of herself wearing the other girl's stuff and breaking up with the guy. Oh, man. Awkward. Here's a little sidebar for you. I passed this on to Lakia, the girl that works here today. Your pillows are, this is a quote from the news, your pillows are just bags of bugs and their poop. So apparently, hey, Tim, how are you? Apparently, each year that you use your pillow, it gets 30% full of, I forget, it's not lice, it's not bed bugs. I forget what it's called, but what the heck? Anybody know what, it's not bed bugs and it's not lice, but it's something that's just kind of comes in on the dogs or on your clothes and gets in the bed. So anyway, by the third year, you're basically just sleeping on this bug poop, right? So you're supposed to wash your pillow in hot water every, I don't know, a couple months or something to get rid of it. Dust mites. Thank you, Ann. No, not fleas, but fleas could be. Thanks, Brett. Speaking of Brett, Brett's going to be our honorary man on the road, because he comes up with the greatest news items, and he doesn't give me much time to think about them. I guess they're breaking news. And this time, oh, I got to think what it was, because I'm crazy sleepy. Oh, yeah. The world's record has been broken for IQ by Mensa. Mensa clocked this girl's IQ at 220. Now, this is Brett's, crack reporting here. And she claims the way she did it is she drank sperm for every day for a year prior to the test. So I didn't know that would work that way. I mean, but I guess you have to do it every day, not like once a year when I get to do it. But that's only on leap years. but wow, what a thing. Now, you ladies out there, if you want to go for the record, all right, so I don't know. But this is just in the news. Mensa clocked her at 220 for her IQ, and that's what she claims. So check it out. I'm not making this up. Let's see. Now, there's a guy in Canada, and for 25 years, he's had a vanity plate that he bought for his dad 25 years ago, and then he took it over, and he got it canceled now because his last name is Grabher, Grabher. and the Canadian government canceled the plate, said it's now after 25 years of his dad having it on a RV all around the country, Canada and the U.S., now it's offensive to have Grabher as your license plate. He went through all the appeals. He couldn't get it reinstated. So too bad. Well, another crazy car thing. A lady hit a deer in Idaho. And when the police got there, she claimed that she was distracted, I'm not making this up, because Bigfoot was chasing the deer. The deer, unfortunately, met its demise when she hit it, but there was no signs of Bigfoot at the time, and there was no charges filed. But that's one of the best excuses I've ever heard for a long time. And speaking of other good excuses, a self-driving Uber car was involved in a crash in Arizona. All right, and I'm just trying to think. When they say self-driving, I think a person sits in it, right? It's not just the car itself. I'm not sure, but I can just imagine the policeman going up to the window and say, license and insurance, sir. Well, I wasn't driving, sir. He's sitting in the driver's seat. Hey, give me your license and registration. Well, sir, I was not driving. And this goes on until the officer smashes his window and drags him out and puts him under arrest. All right, now, this should be, I don't know if this would be something good for you ladies out there. Sarah Lamarquand, editor of Stellar magazine, which is the most read magazine in Australia, said that she thinks that it should be illegal for mothers of school-aged children to stay home. Let's see, Brett says, I think the Tom slogan for his new TV show should be Making America Smart Again. Yep. Could put those two stories together. That would do it. So she says that mothers at home represent untapped potential and create potentially large losses to the economy. Doesn't matter that the kids are probably going to turn out to be heathens, but so Sarah, I don't know, Sarah, about that. Now, so since I'm a big Second Amendment person, carry a gun, have lots of guns, know how to use them, and I can see how, people in school are getting, at all levels, are getting indoctrinated to left-hand thinking. And a 5-year-old got suspended from a school for having a stick gun. In other words, Caitlin Miller and her little buddies were having a make-believe king, queen, on the throne thing, and she was the guard the king. So when all the other people tried to get the king, she pulled up her little stick. It was just a stick, right? And aimed it. Boom, got suspended. 5 years old, got suspended for firearms. I mean, Jesus. Now, here's the thing. They probably have some kind of no tolerance policy there on guns and stuff. Okay, I can get that. But, suspending a 5-year-old for pointing a stick as a gun at somebody, to me, is indoctrination. They're traumatizing that girl that she did something wrong by holding a stick up as a gun. And also, another thing that I learned recently, I mean, I kind of knew this intuitively, but when you mess with children's minds between 1 and 5 years old, maybe 6, you can brainwash the hell out of them, So they just stuck it in that girl's mind that guns are bad, So they're trying to grow everybody up that guns are bad. So if I knew the name of that principal, they'd be asshole of the week. Now, speaking of guns, recently a homeowner's son shot 3 would-be burglars with an AR-15. And old Joe Biden says, oh, you just need a double-barrel shotgun, 2 shots. Well, there was 3 of them and an accomplice in the car, all right? So fuck you, Joe Biden, you old, over-the-hill piece of shit. Because the argument is, why would anybody need so many shots? Well, 2 shots, and if you miss one, there's 3 people coming after you. That's why, you asshole. Now, I'm not advocating that an AR-15 is the best home defense weapon because its potential to go through walls and go and kill the neighbors, all right? But I am definitely in favor. Hey, Charlotte, how are you? I'm definitely in favor of that kid being alive and those 3 pieces of shit being dead, all right? And it's a shame because I think one was 16, one was 17, but they came into the house dressed in black, face covered. I think one had a knife, one had a hammer or something. I don't know all the details, and got blown away. Yeah. Instant karma. All right, let's go to Scam Bag where we find the scumbags. This is the Verify Now. I got 2 scams for you today. The Verify Now scam. All these are type what we call phishing scams. Phishing. And hey, Mike, how are you? And it's all designed to get you to click on something, which either downloads a virus or Trojan to your computer, or that's pretty much what they do. Or if they think you're dumb enough, they'll have you click through and put in your information. So that's what this might be. Verify Now. It might not put a virus on, but you have to click and put in your credentials again to say that this is really your account. Well, it's totally made up. They just stole your user ID and password. So don't do that. Now, the next one is a new one that I hadn't heard of. Pam Ragland, a viewer, told me about this one. This is really new and something that it might affect you, so I really want you to pay attention to this one. It's called the double check deposit. I don't know if this has happened to you before, but let's say a plumber comes over and fixes your plumbing, and you give him a check. Well, a lot of people can deposit the check right from their phone nowadays. So maybe the guy goes out in the truck, takes a picture, deposits the check. Well, he's still got the paper check. So apparently there's a loophole in the system where if he waits a little bit, he can go deposit the paper check and get away with it. The bank won't catch it. Yeah, good evening, Mike. So you got to always watch. I mean, when you're giving checks to people that you don't know real well, and maybe they're service people, maybe they're not even licensed, and maybe they shouldn't be there in the first place, but that's your fault for not checking. But I never knew about this, and you probably didn't either. So you got to watch your bank. And plus, the guy, not only did the guy try to deposit it twice, he tried to alter the amount. And so, bad business out there. So check your statements. You can't just take them and throw them in the drawer and wait till the end of the year to reconcile or something. All right, self-defense tip. Here's something that just happened this week in Richmond, Virginia. People were shot at a rap concert bike rally. Oh my God, what a combo, right? And I don't like rap. I mean, a couple of little rap songs I've heard that I like, but most of it I don't. And bike rallies, they can be nice or they can be really bad. So, hey, Jeff. So, we have a thing in my brutal self-defense class. I'm not sure if this is a quote of mine, or I tell you the truth, it's been around so long I can't remember. But it's don't go to stupid places with stupid people and do stupid things. All right? And again, I don't know these rappers. I don't know these bikers. They could have been the old fart bikers that are, just, can afford a bike and, aren't really hardcore. I don't know who they are. All I know is that somebody got shot, all right? And there was shooting going all over the place. There's 10,000 people there. They had to shut the thing down. So this might be a little controversial, what I'm going to say now, but I really feel that people that, let me back up to a lot of people that go to these things feel like they need to belong somewhere. So what I'm saying now is very controversial, but I don't feel like I've never been a joiner, all right? Now, have I been on teams? I've been on a wrestling team, all right? But I was wrestling the mat by myself when it was my turn, right? I've been on a football team, all right? Yeah, you got to play, you got to work with everybody else. But I just don't join stuff that much because I work on my own weaknesses and try to improve and learn things all the time. I feel, this is the controversial part, that a lot of people that have this need to belong, they have low self-esteem. I would work on my self-esteem if I had a need to always belong with somebody else and have a bunch of people around. You got to be able to love yourself, all right, and work on and improve yourself, not just go with a bunch of people and be the lowest common denominator, right? So that might be controversial. Psychologically, I have no proof for any of this. It just appears to me that people that are desperate to join and be with other people may be deficient in some ways mentally. Put it that way. So the bottom line here is, and I know all that just sounded like shit, like I'm trying to preach and be above people, but truly isn't coming from there. It's just like, I don't want that person to get shot at that concert because they went to a stupid place with, a lot of stupid people, not all, but enough people that started shooting at each other at a concert, all right? So if you get killed, me being controversial is not going to help you very much, is it? All right. So anyway, I'm suggesting that you don't go to stupid places with stupid people and do stupid things, and change your lifestyle. That's the safest thing to do in this world, is change your lifestyle to do safer things that are more beneficial. I'll tell you one thing. I should have made a bunch of them Heroes of the Week. There was coverage on spring break. It's Padres Island, Texas, and how wild and crazy it is. But they did some alternate coverage where a bunch of kids went into West Virginia, into Appalachia, basically, and rebuilt homes for people. Worked 9-10 hours a day, putting roofs on and fixing leaks and working for these people that can't afford it. that's a change of lifestyle. Seems to me that's a lot safer and doing good in the world than going and getting sloshed and trashed and arrested and raped and whatever else happens down there. So good for them. All right, but the idea is to change your lifestyle a little bit. All right, here's your internet tip. Currently, years and years ago, 1997, about a long time, is when Microsoft Front Page came out, and when I started pushing people to make their own websites, or at least be able to update their website themselves. Then Expression Web came along, Microsoft's replacement for Front Page, and then WordPress took over. So, but WordPress still has its ups and downs, but it's the gold standard now. Anybody but big web design firms that don't want you to know that, because they want to charge you a fortune. But we ended up also finding, because we have a lot of beginner students, that we use the Thrive Content Builder and Thrive Themes. So it's basically like a $20 a month thing that you have this enormous numbers of themes to pick from. And the content builder is like totally high quality, but totally 5 minutes of tutoring, and you're making gorgeous web pages. So, hey Sue, how are you? Jeff's going to spring break? Oh, desire for a sense of belonging, a part of, oh yeah, I forgot, he's a mental guy, this Jeff guy. Jeff, a part of something greater than yourself is a good thing. Yep, you got to put a good point there. Some are so desperate for it, though, they make horrid choices about where to get it. Beautiful. See, I knew somebody in here was a brainiac. Jeff Herring, the psychologist or something for 100 years. Amir, how are you? Nice to see you. Yeah, Brett says, I use Thrive, a little bit of learning curve, but it's very cool. Yeah, if you're learning it on your own, but this is what we do around here. We tutor people, and then Thrive is, it's a plug-in for WordPress. You'll see it when you're here, Joan. Joan's going to be here this week for the retreat. Oh, I don't know if I was supposed to tell people that or not. Sorry. But... yeah, it's a outside service plug-in that allows you to really easily make really good quality pages. Everything aligns up nicely and, just gorgeous and easy, especially with some tutoring. So I'm just suggesting that if you want to get it, please, I'll email you an affiliate link. Okay, speaking tip. One thing you really want to be clear about when you're booked at a speaking engagement is your AV requirements, audiovisual requirements. You need to know, okay, what does my computer need as an output? Do I need audio out? Well, how do I get audio out? Am I using an HDMI cable because my computer's modern? Or am I sending a VGA cable out and and then out of the headphone jack supplying the audio? What is it? Do you have the connectors? Do you have the adapters to hook into a sound system? What kind of microphone do you use? I'm mostly in favor of handheld microphones, where most lazy people out there want clip-ons. There's just loads of advantage of handhelds. Do you need a table on stage? Do you use a lectern? Not a podium. Not a podium. Podium is what you stand on. It's a lectern. A podium or a dais, D-A-I-S, but the thing there is a lectern. Do you need a banquet table? Should it be skirted? Do you need a bar stool? All of these things should be written down somewhere on your website in a place that you can give to the meeting planner. Makes you look professional, and there's no question about what you need. And if there's a question, you bring it. All right. If there's a special adapter you need to get into your Mac, you better have one or two, even in case of bad cable. And then you double check when you get there. You the night before or the morning of or at lunchtime before you go on. You've already arranged with the AV people that you want to do a check, a sound check, and a computer check. Do you need sound off of your... I'm the lazy guy with the lapel. Yeah, there's just lots of negatives to lapel mics, Mike. But all of this needs to be written down and on a place, and then it needs to be double checked when you get to the place to make sure everything works. So that's your little speaking tip this time. Okay, your a-hole of the week. Chuck E. Cheese, I call it, because our Democratic non-buddy Chuck Schumer attacked somebody in a New York City restaurant this past week. Just gave him all loads of shit for being a Trump supporter and just ruined the atmosphere of this fancy restaurant. And I'll tell you what, Chuck, you try that shit when I'm around, oh man, you might regret it, because you won't be able to run your fat mouth for probably a couple months. All right, so he's our asshole of the week, Chuck Schumer, another politician that'll just say anything just to keep getting reelected, you know. Yeah, Mike says, I can't stand that a-hole. Yeah, yeah, and Pelosi, his girlfriend, the same thing. I mean, there's Adam Schiff lately, he's another one. So, but anyway, most politicians are, like I said, they blow with the wind and they'll say and do anything. But hell with that asshole. Let's get to our heroes. I got two heroes today that have something in common. Both of them are missing 2 limbs. Mike says his daughter is a jerk. Which one? Schumer's? Yeah, I believe it. Yeah, like father, like daughter. Both of these heroes are missing limbs. Both limbs. Not, well, let me explain that. A boy named Jamarian Stiles goes to Eagles Landing Middle School in Boca Raton, Florida. And when I heard this, I said, how can this be? This is crazy. He has no arms. Actually, I think he has part, like from the elbow up of one arm and nothing on the other side. I didn't see it close enough. He plays basketball for the team. I think he's first team. All right. And he put the winning shot in at the buzzer for a 3-point shot that won the game, and he just got mobbed. It kind of reminds me of that I think it was autistic boy, Jason McElway. You got to watch that video. Look it up on YouTube, where this boy was the water boy for all season and just enthusiastic, and they let him dress for the last game. He had 20 points in 4 minutes. They probably wish they'd have suited him up 3 years ago. And now he's a motivational speaker. It's just amazing. I cry every time I think of it, because something just came down and touched that boy at that moment, changed his whole life. You know, what would his life have been after that? Graduating high school, can't even apply for a job probably the way he is, and just love that. But anyway, Jamarian Stiles, look it up. The video's out there, and you just will not believe this kid. All right, he's dribbling and shooting with half an arm and no arm. All right, I remember I quit basketball because I couldn't get 2 feet without the ball hitting my foot and going out of bounds. That's why I took up wrestling. So that's one. And he's my hero because he's an example of a child. This happened, I forget what happened. He got some real bad bacterial infection as a young kid, and they had to amputate. I mean, crazy. But here's an example of a child that got dealt a shitty, I don't want to say hand, let's say he just got dealt shitty cards, and didn't stop him. Didn't stop the kid. He went out and kicked butt and won a major basketball game for his school. All right. This is a hero. All right. This kid's special. When all these other snowflake little fucks think they're special, No, they're not special. The world could do without them. This kid is special, okay? He's special. Next one, same thing, only different. What's this guy's name? Let's see. Matias Ferreira, 28 years old, graduated from the Suffolk County Police Academy in Brentwood, Long Island. Well, he is a veteran. Hooray. Thank you for your service. Thank you, Alana. He just got sworn in as a New York police officer. Thank you again for, putting your life on the line to protect us. Well, guess what? When he was in Afghanistan, they blew both his fucking legs off. Both his legs are gone. He just graduated from the police academy and just got his first assignment on the beat with 2 prosthetic legs. And they say, well, what happens if you get shot in the leg? He says, I'll just go to the trunk and get another one. That guy is special, all right? All these people breaking up windows and covering their faces and being fucking assholes, they're not special. We could do without them. If they just dropped off the face of the earth, who would miss them? Unless they're collecting welfare for somebody, all right? This person is special. Marine veteran, Matias Ferreira. Look him up too. Yep, love the heart. That's right. Everyday heroes. So, that's it for today. Other than please, if you're so compelled to support the deplorables.tv. You can be anonymous. Anything is appreciated. I'm going to be paying the security team, the research people, the travel, the videographers, the editors, all this stuff. So really want to get it going. We're trying to shoot for 50,000. We got 42 days left out of 43. All right, so we're 3% there. So and spread the word if you would. If it's hard to do it that anonymously, I get it. But if you have a right swinging following, please put it out there and let's get this thing going. And maybe you'll get highlighted on the show one of these days. So anyway, thanks for stopping by again. As always, I like to stay home. I love to stay home. Yeah, I know. Mark Joyner's spreading the word for me. Yep, that's for sure. Yeah, there's assholes making comments. I don't even bother responding to a lot of the people because it's just not worth my time, and they're not worth it. In fact, they're the reason I have to do the show, to protect the good, hardworking, patriotic, sane, common sense filled people that I want to that I am and I want to be around. So anyway, stay home if you can. I love that. Stay safe. I want you to stay safe. Don't do stupid things with stupid people in stupid places, and make some money when you can. All right, I'll catch you next week. Hopefully see you over at the deplorables.tv.